We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Anyways, how do you do, buckaroos? And how the heck are you? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Who else would I be? So I just picked this up from a local. Ty Ieachyd, believe it or not. Yeah. I never know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but they tell me I am. This is their Storyteller collection. This is relatively new. So I'm going to read this from their website. The Storyteller collection is our top tier release. This trio of premium bourbons are exclusively sold in our 375 milliliter bottle sets and inspired by curiosity, character, and craft. The story begins with our 5-year-old bourbon whiskey, which is carefully divided to create 3 unique bottles. So the first one, what I have here is Lost Hollow, which is a 5-year straight bourbon whiskey. The wise storyteller once said, "Good things come to those who wait." And our straight bourbon whiskey sits patiently in oak for 5 years, ready for you to unveil its smooth, complex flavors of honey, caramel, and spice. They tell you look for caramel, tobacco leaf, black peppercorn, cinnamon, and dark fruit. So I'm going to put that bottle back there for you to look at. I should mention that these are all at 92 proof, or 46% if that's more important to you. I like the proof, personally. Anyway, so I've got a Ty Ieachyd glass here. I've got 1.5 ounces in it. Oh yeah, so they tell you right away here. Honey, caramel, and spice. The first thing I got was honey, yeah. Honey, light caramel, not light in flavor, aroma, or I taste flavor. Not light in aroma, but light in color. It's very light caramel. But yeah, honey, I picked up honey right away. Spice. Typically you get cinnamon right away. I'm picking up more allspice and cinnamon. A hint of ginger, maybe a little clove. They'd say black peppercorn, but yeah, you know, hey, whatever. Whatever, man, whatever floats you. Anyway, I'm going to take a drink. Damn, wow. 92, gosh almighty, it's amazingly drinkable at 92 proof. It is gorgeous, yeah. 5-year-old bourbon. Bourbon's kind of a different animal, right? Whereas you can get longer aged bourbons, but bourbons really aren't the same as if you're talking about Scotch or even Irish whiskeys. Oh darn! I lost my deal there. Typically, Scotch or Irish just get better the longer they age, from 12 to 15 to 18 to 21. Bourbon isn't necessarily that animal. Many bourbons can reach maturity at about 5 to 8 years. A 12-year-old, 18, older doesn't necessarily mean better. I mean, it can, but it doesn't necessarily have to. This one at 5 is damn near gorgeous, man. I would like to try it today. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I'm not gonna lie to you now. But yeah, it is at 5. Wow. So flavor profiles: caramel, tobacco leaf, black peppercorn, cinnamon, and dark fruit. Yeah. Yeah, I feel some cinnamon in there, but again, for me, I'm also getting some ginger, some allspice, dark fruit. Yeah, for me, I'm picking up some black cherry, some very overripe plum. You might even find some date and/or fig. I'm not picking up fig, but it would be unusual for you to find fig in there. For me, but again, for me, I'm getting some raisin. I'm getting some very overripe plum. I'm getting black cherry. Tobacco leaf, yeah, you kind of get that aged tobacco kind of note in there. Black peppercorn, yeah. So I mentioned early on, yeah, you do find it kind of, I wasn't getting it on the nose, but you do feel it right in the finish, those black peppercorn notes. I also feel like I'm getting some white, but that could be me. Anyway, because it's not all black and white, man. Anyways, I digress. Gosh, this is gorgeous, though. That is incredibly easy to drink at 92 proof. I kind of went back and forth, right? You know, because I'm a guy on a budget. I'm a working class guy, so I don't have a lot of disposable income. So 90 bucks, 375 bottles. Yeah, it's a little pricey for me. But you know, again, I was able to get a. Well, I won't say I was able to get. We all got a bonus this year that we didn't expect. So I went ahead and decided to pull the trigger on this because I really wanted to try it. I've been impressed by their lesser aged spirits. They're all done well, and I really wanted to try this one here, or this collection. And I want to start with the 5-year-old before I went with the others. It's gonna be a long video because I've got to do a video with all three. So anyway, so I better wrap this one up. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor wisdom, and all-around good guy. Cheers. Holy Toledo, man, that is just gorgeous. I get a lot of honey right away. I get the light caramel notes. Not light, again, not light in flavor, but light in color. Very light caramel. Again, it's not an overly sweet bourbon. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I'm Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor wisdom, all around good guy. Cheers. Cheers, hey new buckaroos, how the heck are you? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video, and here's the second bottle in the Storyteller collection from Ty Ieachyd, the good folks at Springfield Brewing Company. Bourbon whiskey finished in maple syrup barrels, a journey into the woods. The early morning dawn revealed a hidden pathway between the towering trees, dark and dank. The uncertainty for the find fills our hero with fervor, and so the journey into the woods begins for that deep amber-hued reward. Okay. Okay, all right then, all right. Let's take a breath, shall we? A wise storyteller once said, what grows together goes together. And our 5-year-old straight bourbon whiskey is perfectly complemented by a sweet, velvety richness earned from a lengthy finish in maple barrels. Again, at 92 proof, as all three are. They tell you to look for the flavor profile of maple, warm vanilla, toasted almond, honey, and clove. So let's see if she does that. I'm going to say this again. Maple, warm vanilla, toasted almond, honey, and clove. All right. I'm going to show you this bottle. There's the front. There's the back. There we go. Anyways, I digress. So maple, vanilla, toasted almond, honey, and clove. Oh wow! Wow! You do get that dankness that they speak of. So maple, yeah. Well, absolutely, you're gonna find some maple. A lot of vanilla going on. Of the sugars, yeah, you get honey right away. I also feel like I'm getting a hint of raw sugar as well. You're certainly going to feel some clove on the nose, but they don't talk about tasting, so I'm telling you what you're going to find on the nose. A lot of oak going on as well. I'm just going to take a drink. Yeah, toasted almond for sure. You're definitely going to find that. You might feel it as an amaretto-like note. Maple, yeah. Vanilla kind of runs all the way through. It kind of comes to a crescendo, right? Starts out light, comes to a crescendo in the finish. Clove, yeah, you do feel clove in a great big way. I also feel like I'm getting some white pepper notes as well. You might feel some black pepper as well. Yeah, you're in a lot of clove though. That ain't no lie. That's no lie, man. We ain't playing with you here. That maple barrel though, it adds a lot. So the bourbon barrel, as it's finished, will provide some oak, but that in that maple, wow, you get that additional. Really helps dry it out. You get that sweetness right away, but it really cleans up nicely. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. It really is. So got the canned Christmas music in the background. Canned Christmas. Christmas in the can. Anyway, I digress. So that maple really adds a lot of sweetness up front, but it does dissipate by the time you get to the middle. They don't mention any dark fruit notes, but you're going to find some. For me, I'm still picking up some dark cherry notes, or black cherry notes more specifically. I feel like I'm also picking up some overripe plum notes as well. From the original bourbon that is put into the barrel, you see. They're not mentioning those here, but I really feel like I'm picking those up. Those toasted almond notes are very nice, though. And again, with everything else going on, you might feel them as an amaretto-like note. And then you get that nice, beautiful, oaky, dry finish that you want. You don't want that lingering, sweetness on you. Give it clove. You get the clove at the end, as well as some black pepper. Also feel like I'm getting some white pepper in there as well. Yeah, I'm not really feeling those big cinnamon notes that I typically do, but I am feeling those clove notes and the black and white pepper. That's for damn sure. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, that's what I like. Anyways, I digress. Oh, cheese biscuits and gravy, that's good. It's an interesting collection, right? Ty Ieachyd, so they basically bought out another label and they've continued to grow on what was already there. The previous brand was doing some decent liquor, for sure, but I think what they're trying to do is really much more elevated, and I certainly appreciate that. So there you go. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. That is absolutely gorgeous. Cheers. Now, cheers, and how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, and as promised, the third bottle in this trilogy, the Storyteller collection from Ty Ieachyd Distillery right here in Springfield, Mo. So it starts with it's three bottles, and it all starts with their 5-year-old 92 proof bourbon. The second one is the Lost Hollow, which is again a 5-year straight bourbon whiskey that's finished in maple barrels, I believe it says here. My eyes wouldn't focus here for a second. Yeah, maple barrels. Okay, the first one is 5-year for the 5-year rusted oak barrels. The second one, the Hinterland, is finished in maple barrels, and now this third one, the Cascaway, is finished in rum barrels. Again, it is at 92 proof. They tell you to look for flavors of cherry, cocoa, toasted oak, light citrus, and molasses. So let's see what I'm picking up here, knowing that that's what they're telling you, you are more likely to find. Oh, that is great on the nose, though. Yeah, I do feel it's like cocoa notes on the nose. Yeah, I'm not sure I would have picked it up had I not read that first. So typically I don't read the things first, so I wanted because I like to know what I'm going to get on my own. But now I'm now the power of suggestion. I do feel the cherry as well, and that I'm rather certain I would have gotten. You do feel some light citrus, some caramel for sure. Darn it, I lost my website now. You do feel that brown sugar note, that molasses. Gosh, these products are amazing. And a 5-year-old 92. Oh my lord. And I've said this before. I mean, bourbon is a little bit different animal. If you're talking about Irish whiskey or Scotch whiskey, typically the longer it's aged, the better it gets. Bourbon doesn't always take as long as those products to reach its maturity, optimal maturity. Depending on the mash, depending on how it was aged, you might find several small batch like this at 5-year-old or 8-year-old that feel superior to me. Those name brands you're going to see at 10, 12, or 16 years. I mean, that's what I found anyway. I found a lot of small batch products to really hit their maturity level at about 5 to 8 years and feel like they're of equal quality and maybe even better quality than some of those aged between 10 to 16 with those large names. And a lot of that is, again, what you're starting with the mash bill, how it is distilled makes a difference. I would like to. These are all at 92 proof. I would like to see this collection, or maybe not necessarily sold in the collection, but I would like to see these bourbons bottled at a 90 proof. I mean, not a 90 proof, at 100 proof. Because we're at 92. I would love to feel them at 100. I really would. But they're absolutely beautiful at 92. Very easy to drink neat, not hot in the least. I certainly feel some cinnamon in there. You get a lot of oak for sure. They tell you light citrus. I want to put a slightly finer point on it and say just a hint of a combination of tangerine and lime zest is what I feel as we work through that middle. I certainly feel some cherry, but I'm going to put a finer point on it and say a black cherry-like note. So I feel like I'm getting some cinnamon and a little bit of ginger in the finish. A lot of times I'll feel allspice, but here I'm getting more cinnamon and ginger. Because you feel that light citrus that ginger will impart, and also that heat that ginger will impart. Yes, you do feel that light cocoa note that they talk about as well. Molasses, yeah, you definitely find some molasses in there. I feel like I'm also getting some honey as well. The beginning sweetness feels like honey to me, and then it kind of breaks into that molasses. Then we get to that nice oaky, spicy finish right at the end. The mouthfeel is the viscosity is absolutely perfect. Absolutely gorgeous on the nose. These come in 375 bottles, so I didn't want to drink a lot of them. I want to hang on to these for a little bit. I definitely want to have them for Christmas. So I use just an ounce and a half here, just enough to get a good feeling for it. Oh, mercy, Percy, it's good. Yeah, I do feel like I get just that little bit of lime. Citrus you typically feel in, orange, tangerine, sometimes some grapefruit, but here I'm getting just a hint of lime in there. It's like just a mix of tangerine and lime zest, just a little bit in there. And I'm feeling more zest-like notes than fruit notes. Or pulp notes, maybe might be a better way to phrase that. Bottom line, it's absolutely gorgeous. It certainly is worth the price of admission. If you can, I don't know exactly how far the distribution goes for this. As far as I know, it's just available at the brewery, at the cellar, in their bottle shop there at the brewery, as far as I know. But if you get a chance to get it, I certainly would recommend it. The fact of the matter is, I can't recommend it any more highly. It is absolutely beautiful, and I kind of struggle with buying it. I did. Because when I look at what something costs, I'm always looking at what else is available. Okay, what is the better value here? But bottom line is, my curiosity got the better of me, and I always feel good when I am able to support a local business rather than spend the same amount of money on a conglomerate. I feel good when I'm able to spend it in town here, as it were. So I'm going to try to do that as much as possible this holiday season. As long as the products are available, I will try them. So there you go. Cheese whiz. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Cheers.